My name is Ximena Caminos. I am the founder of the ReefLine and also the artistic director. The ReefLine is an underwater sculpture park and hybrid reef running parallel to the shore in Miami Beach. It spans around 7 miles and it's at around 600 feet offshore, just behind the swim buoys. It's environmental art serving a purpose that's larger than art itself, which is serving nature. The ReefLine is composed of several phases, designed by incredibly talented contemporary artists from across the globe. It's almost impossible to get an artificial reef permit to be deployed anywhere in the US, and especially, here in Miami Beach, because we have the third largest reef in the world. And I have to say, the Florida Reef is also the only live reef attached to the continent. So the citizens of Miami Beach decided to tax themselves to make our project happen, which is an amazing honor. So we got $5 million grant from the city, which really was what kickstarted the project and gave it wings. That made us move at a much faster pace, and this is why we are in the year of the deployment. And I think that once the structures are underwater, a whole new chapter will start for the ReefLine. It's kind of like we've been pregnant all this time with this idea, and that day is like the day we're giving birth. And then once you give birth to something so beautiful, it also takes a life of its own like a child. It will have its own personality despite us. There are things we can control about the ReefLine, but there are many that we won't. And then that is nature, and I think Mother Nature will do whatever she wants. It also has the potential to put Miami Beach on the map at another level. Miami Beach all of a sudden could become, the city with the solution and not the city with the problem. We're in ground zero climate change here. And there's a lot of funds being invested in blue tech. We are part of the climate ready tech hub. So ReefLine is kind of the guinea pig to be testing with universities and science and material experts, all these new techniques to how do we get to best practice artificial reef making. So ReefLine to me is like artistic quality, durability, scalability, and of course performance and being able to measure its positive impact. Part of our program is also monitoring these sculptures, right? Because they are all serving somehow as marine habitats for different species, and many of them for corals that are resilient in this area. That's why we have our coral testing facility for coral resiliency. So we will be monitoring coral growth, which are thriving, which are not. Things are not separate. We are not separate. The land and the shore and the beach are not separate. They're part of a system. The Dr. Sylvia Earle has this famous phrase that says, no blue, no green. And the oceans are one of the biggest sources for so many things, and also a giant climate solution, because a healthy ocean is the biggest carbon sink there is. And I think that making ReefLine amphibious and coming out of the water, stepping into land and being able to spread the message to larger audiences, meaning education, tourism, citizens, and teaching them about the precious things that are down there. People need to be educated in order to be able to protect. To me, the ReefLine is so much more than what's underwater, and it's important that it also taps into the sentiment of people that are on the ground. The ReefLine is a legacy project. It's marine, it's civic infrastructure, but it's also, if you think about it, I like to say like New York has the High Line, Miami has the Underline, and Miami Beach will soon have the ReefLine.